Okay, so welcome everyone, and let's get started into our lesson. So if we remember this unit for the lesson, we have been talking about food. That has been the topic for Unit 5, food. And so today we're going to do something really interesting. We're going to look at writing instructions. But what are we writing? We're going to be writing recipes. So when we make food, we need to write instructions on how to make it so that somebody else can copy it. So we're going to be looking at that. But yes, let's get into it and start our lesson. So Unit 5, 5E, page 65. What do I do next? So writing instructions. So we've got 3 texts. And we can see number 1, number 2, and number 3. Match them with the places. So would one of these instructions be inside a box? Would it be in a cookery book? So that means a cookbook where you find lots of recipes, or on a food label. So you remember, yes, last lesson when we looked at the labels that are on the food. So let's look at number 1. So I'll read it. It says, you can make this cake in about 15 minutes. First of all, heat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Put the flour in the bowl. Next, add the milk, eggs, butter, and salt. So this text or writing, same word, text, writing, where would I find it? Inside a box, in a cookbook, or on a food label? B, in a cookbook. Yeah, so this is what a recipe or cookbook. This is where we would find that instructions in these cookbooks. So maybe, see, feel good food cookbook. And when we open that book, hi Mariana, it looks like this with instructions, what to do, how to make a cake. So we can see this is for a banana nut bread. Directions, instructions. So number 1, yes, is B. Number 2, thank you for buying this home barbecue grill. Please follow these instructions. Number 1, do not use the barbecue inside a building. Number 2, never leave children with the barbecue. So is this inside a box or on a food label? On a food label, it says, thank you for buying this home barbecue grill. It's in the box. So somebody has brought a grill. A barbecue grill. So somebody has bought this, but it's in the box. There's a note. There's a little letter. And it says, thank you for buying this home barbecue grill. So grill where you can cook barbecues. So it's inside the box for this. So it's inside the box. There's not one that's inside the box because these are all opened. But you can imagine when you buy this from the shops, it's inside a box. And number 2 is inside a box. It's a note. It's a writing. It's saying thank you for buying this home barbecue grill. That's the name of the product, of the item, home barbecue grilled. Please follow these instructions. And the last one, number 3, it says, store this bottle of sauce in a cool, dry place. So not in the fridge, not out in the sun, cool, dry place in the cupboard. After you open the bottle, use the sauce within 3 months. So this must be on a food label for a bottle of sauce. So this instruction, number 3, is on a sauce food label, exactly like this. It's a bottle of sauce and it has this text, number 3. So it's a bottle of sauce. Okay, so we can understand that these are text or writings. Number 1 was in a cookbook, B. Number 2 was inside a box, A. Number 3 is on a food label. Okay, so we understand these words: label, cookery book, instructions, texts, instructions. Any questions for those? Yeah. So let's do some rules for when we write. So we need to follow some rules. So you've seen the past few lessons, weeks that you have been with me, I have been correcting your English, especially when you post on tablet. Sorry, I say tablet, Padlet. And you'll notice I always correct your grammar, especially in your tests as well. And I try to always tell you when to put a full stop, when to use a comma, when to use a capital letter, when to start a new sentence. So lots of writing. So we're going to look at some rules for these writings. And we have punctuation. So that means like the rules for writing. Punctuation is a full stop, a comma, and a colon. So when do we use them? Let's have a look. When do we use them? A full stop. It looks like this little dot. We use it, a full stop, at the end of every sentence. So remember, one sentence is one information. For example, I live in Australia. That's just one information. Full stop. Next sentence, I am a teacher. Full stop. Next sentence, my name is Laila. Full stop. So after every sentence, which is one information, I put a full stop. Very important. Comma is in the middle of the sentence. And we use a comma maybe when I want to talk about 2 to 3 different nouns. So for example, I love dogs, comma, cats, comma, birds, and elephants. So when I'm telling you a list of nouns, then I need to put the comma. It's very important. And also with the comma, so you'll see this is the example I just gave. I have an apple, comma, orange, and banana. So very important, I use a comma when I want to give a list of more than 2 things. If I just said I have an apple and banana, then I don't need a comma. But when it's more than 2 nouns, I must use a comma. We also use a comma when we have it with an adjective. So for example, she is beautiful, tall, and smart. So 3 adjectives. When we have more than 2 adjectives, we must put a comma. We also use a comma when we have sequence words. What is a sequence word? A sequence word usually is at the beginning of a sentence, and it's words like firstly, comma, first of all, comma, secondly, comma, however, comma, then, comma, afterwards, comma, next, comma. So for example, I could say yesterday, firstly, when I woke up in the morning, so firstly, comma, or the first thing I did, comma, was wake up, I had breakfast, I brushed my teeth, full stop. And then if I want to say afterwards, comma, I got myself ready and went to work. Then, comma, I drove to work and had lunch. So these words, I must put a comma when I use these words. They're called sequence words. There's many more, but these are the common ones. So when you have a sentence, you start a sentence with these words, you must put a comma after it. And the last one that we have is a colon. So a colon is 2 dots on top of each other. A colon. And when do we use it? When we want to introduce a list. So for example, I want to write, follow these rules to play soccer. Number 1, have a team. Number 2, whatever. So when I want to show that I'm going to begin a list, you can see the colon here. I put those 2 dots, and then I put, this could be a dot, this could be number 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter, but I must put it here. Or for example, follow these instructions to make a cake. And then I put a colon. Or if I said I'm writing an email to my co-worker, someone I work with, and I say, I need you to pick up the following. And then I put the 2 dots, the colon, and I say a textbook, pencils, and highlighters. Or maybe you're writing a message to your husband or wife or friend, and you're saying, please go to the grocery stores and get for me. Then you put the 2 colon, and then you want to write a list: banana, 2 liters of milk, a loaf of bread, 3 apples, 5. So whenever I give a list, I must put the 2 colon before the list. So let's look back. Punctuations. We're talking about how to write. We must use rules when we write. And punctuations is one of the rules. Grammar is one of the rules. And punctuation is another rule. Punctuation is full stop, comma, and colon. There are many more, but these are just the basic common ones that we must learn. Hey, Andres. So full stop, comma, colon. Now you know to use them very well, yeah? So let's have a look here. Match number 2B. Match the punctuation with their uses and find an example in the instructions. Oh, hey, Van, how are you? So number 1, between words in a list. We know that's a comma. Milk, comma, eggs, comma, butter, And the last one, we must say and salt. So we must have the comma before the and. So when we talk about nouns or adjectives, we want to talk about more than one, then we must use a comma. So just really quickly before we continue. So that's when we use a comma. So you must remember comma, comma, and the last one you say and salt. You don't need a comma. Number 2. So do we use a full stop, comma, or colon at the end of a sentence? Full stop, yes. Full stop at the end of a sentence, full stop. Number 3, between 2 or more adjectives. Comma, yes, we have it here, comma, between nouns and adjectives. To introduce a list. Which one? Colon, yes, colon. Yeah, that's this one, colon, to introduce a list. So remember, maybe I'm giving instructions to play soccer or instructions to make a cake or instructions to how to find my house or instructions about anything, how to make a bracelet, whatever. Number 5, after a sequence word. So remember, we said sequence words are like first, next. So when you start your sentence with these words, what must you use? Comma, comma. And number 6, between 2 clauses in one sentence. So I didn't talk about that one. 2 clauses in one sentence is a comma. And it's like this. I don't have an example. It's like this. So we can see that there's 2 sentences here because one has a subject and a verb, and then we can see another one has a subject and a verb. But we know that each sentence starts with a subject and a verb. So why is there not a full stop? The reason is because they're connected. So when I was a kid, comma, hey Fernando, I enjoyed running a lot. Another example is like, I love Paris so much, comma, that I want to go every year. Something like that. So that's when we use a comma. When we have 2 clauses, a clause just means like a sentence. So when we have 2 clauses in one sentence, sorry, a clause is not a sentence. It's like a subject and a verb. It's a piece of information, but it's not complete to be a sentence by itself. So for example, when I was a kid, full stop, that's not a complete sentence. So that's what a clause is. It's an incomplete sentence, which must, not a sentence, a part, which must go with another part to make one sentence. Because I can't put a full stop here. It doesn't make sense. When I was a kid, that's not a complete sentence. So it's a comma. I enjoyed running a lot. Now, this one, yes, can be a sentence by itself. I enjoyed running a lot. It's just missing the part at the beginning when I was a kid. It just says, I enjoy running a lot. So one of these clause cannot go by itself because it won't make sense. When I was a kid, full stop, that doesn't make sense, that sentence. It's incomplete. It's not finished. But one part, the other part can be by itself. But we need them together because it's important information. It's when I was a kid, I enjoyed running a lot. Not just I enjoy running a lot now. It was when I was a kid. So does that make sense? These are clause. So this is one clause. That's one clause, and this is another clause, and they must go together to make a complete sentence. So it's like clause plus clause. Okay, so number 6, comma. There's the comma. Between two clauses in one sentence. We can see the full stop. We know that one sentence, every sentence is when you have a full stop. That's one sentence. So two clauses in one sentence, we need a comma. Okay, let's go to the next part. Because it's become the sequence word. If it starts a sentence, then you put comma. If it's in the middle of a sentence, you don't need to put a comma. It's because it's a sequence word. You know, like we used to have many animals when I was a kid, but comma, because it's a sequence word. It starts the sentence. It's just a rule for these words that are called sequence words. They must have comma. So, but as an adult, I don't have much animals. Yeah, it goes in this group. So first of all, comma, if it's any of these words, first of all, firstly, secondly, comma, however, comma, then, comma, they start a sentence. Afterwards, comma, next, and but is one of them. So there's many sequence words. This is just an example, but there's finally, subsequently, later on, followed by, after that. So all these words need commas. They start the sentence. They're not the subject, because we know when we start a sentence, it's subject, verb. These words are not subjects. They're not I, you, he, she, him, you know, Australia, the dog, the book. It's not a subject. So they're sequence words, and you must put a comma before you continue the sentence. So they're called sequence because they show you the time when something happens. You know, first, when I get up in the morning, firstly, I do this, 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 and then, comma, I do this, 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 and after dinner, I do this, 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 and later, I do this, 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 and at the end of the night, comma, I do this, this, this. So it's trying to show you a time of using those words: firstly, secondly, lastly, finally, afterwards, then. So these words need a comma before you continue to the next word. Okay, so read the instructions in this part of a recipe. So remember what a recipe means. We're writing to tell someone how to make a cake, how to make empanadas, how to make frijoles. How do you say the beans? Frijoles, yes. And add the missing punctuation. So remember, the punctuation means the full stop or a comma or a colon. So let's have a look. I'll give you 1 minute to have a read through and to write it in your book, or just in your book, put a comma or a full stop or a colon where you see it is missing. So you know the rules, you know when to use them. I'll give you 1 minute and then we will check it together. Make sure you've used all three: full stop, comma, and a colon. You should have, there should be all three of them. Okay, so let's check it. So we have, I'm going to read and you tell me if we need a comma, a full stop, or a colon. So, fortune cookies are nice at the end of a meal in a Chinese restaurant and they're made easy to make. You need the following. So, there's no full stop, so I'm going to keep reading. But let's go slow now. So, fortune cookies, that's our subjects, are nice at the end of a meal. Yeah, yeah. Because it's showing that's the first place where they're nice at the end of a meal, comma, in a Chinese restaurant, and they're easy to make. Yeah, full stop. So that's the end of the sentence. So let's have a look here. Fortune cookies are nice, comma, at the end of a meal, comma, because we're listing, not listing, we're saying three different things. A nice, sorry, no comma here, at the end of a meal in a Chinese restaurant, and they're easy to make, full stop. So full stop after make and a comma after meal. So did you all get that? Yeah, easy. You need the following pieces of paper. Why would I need 3 paper? I think I need to put something somewhere. You need the following pieces of paper? No, I think I should put a colon after following because I don't need 3. I need to show that I'm listing the following and then put a colon. So we can see a colon here because we're going to give a list what we need. So I don't want to keep reading because I want to show that pieces of paper, comma. So I need a comma because these are different things that I need. 3 eggs, comma, sugar, comma, salt. Now the last one, because it says and, so I don't need a comma, and flour, full stop. If not, this is what it would sound like. If I don't put those punctuations, those rules, this is what it would sound like. You need the following pieces of paper: 3 eggs, salt, sugar. I can't even say it because it helps when you put the comma and the colon, it helps with speaking and reading. So it would sound like this. You need the following pieces of paper: 3 eggs, sugar, salt, and flour. You can't understand it. But if I said, you need the following pieces of paper, 3 eggs, sugar, salt, and flour. So the comma allows us to have a break between the nouns or the adjectives so that the other person listening can understand what you're saying. Or you're just going to read it very fast until you see the full stop. So you need to have commas. It makes it easier to hear the other person, what they're saying. Okay, first of all, that looks like that's a sequence word. So first of all, we said that's one of the words, so we need a comma. So first of all, comma. Write your messages on the pieces of paper. Full stop, because I could see the next letter is a capital, so I need a full stop after paper. Did you all get that? Or did anyone miss it? Did you all see that there needs to be a full stop after paper? Yeah? I hope so, because we learnt the rule. It's at the end of a sentence, we have a full stop. Okay, next. Now, next is a sequence word, so I need a comma. Next, comma, mix the eggs. Now, I can see that they're nouns: egg, sugar, salt, and flour. So I need to start putting commas after these nouns. So mix the eggs, comma, sugar, because these are nouns. Salt, and the last one, we don't need a comma. So and flour. And pour, that's fine. We don't need a full stop because it's connecting sentence. And pour the mixture onto a tray. That's the last sentence. We need to finish it with a full stop. So did you get all those full stops, comma, and colon? Very important when you're writing English. Yeah, so did you all get that? That was our answer. Okay, now we're going to work in pairs. So I'm going to give you a teammate and you're going to write instructions to make your favorite type of dish, sandwich or salad or any empanadas, whatever you want. And you're going to write instructions. So you're going to write it so that I could make it at home. I know I can read what you wrote, your instructions, and I will know what to do. So let me give you an example before I put you into your team. Let me first of all teach you some action verbs that are important when we talk about food. So to mix, this is what mixing is. You can see that you mix eggs, you mix. So it could be a spoon, a wooden spoon, or it could be a whisk, but you're mixing something together, maybe the flour and the sugar or something, the eggs and the chop. So chop, imagine you have a knife, you're chopping the onions, you're chopping the tomatoes, chop. Sorry? Cut. No, with food, we say chop. Cut is more like I cut my finger, I'm going to cut the page. But when we talk about food, it's chop. Pour. So we can see when we've got something liquid like milk or water or orange juice or whatever, we're pouring it in. So you have it in your hand and you pour into the bowl. So that's the action. It's called pour. Spread. So spread is like if I have Vegemite or peanut butter and I'm spreading it. So I'm going like this. That's the action, spread. Put just means like put something, on top of something, or put. Slice. So when we cut, again, that's similar to chop, but we slice, remember bread, we slice cake. So we only really use slice for certain nouns, bread, cake, pizza. Okay, so there's some verbs. So now we know some verbs, but and action verbs, yeah? But let's look at an example. So this is a recipe instructions. This is similar to what you're going to be doing in your group. So you could see it says here for a tiramisu. Does everyone know what a tiramisu is? It's a famous Italian dessert, tiramisu. So I wrote a little bit of an introduction. You can write a little bit of an introduction to let to say what it is. This is the national dish of Colombia, or, this is a meal that is from my grandmother, or this is a recipe that that is very important to my family. It's very traditional, or whatever. Or you can say what it is. So for this example, tiramisu, there's a little bit of an introduction, which you can write as well for your food. So one of Italy's most popular desserts. Tiramisu is an elegant, rich layering of bold espresso and cacao, creamy mascarpone, sweet masala wine, and delicate ladyfingers. So you can write whatever little introduction. And then you will write something very similar to this. So you have the words ingredients, and then you'll write what you need. So always put the number first. 5 eggs, 200 grams of flour. So put the measurement first. 6 apples, whatever you need for what you want to make. Make sure you put all the ingredients, whatever it is. If it's an empanada, make sure you add what you need. The bread, maybe it's a chicken one. So how many grams of chicken? Then preparation. So you have step 1. You need to do this, this, this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, step 4, step 5. Okay, so you're going to write something very similar. Don't forget the same. You need to have an introduction, ingredients. Make sure you write that word, ingredients, and then put the number and then what you need. Like that, exactly like that. And then preparation, step 1, step 2. This is another example, chicken in a creamy mushroom sauce. So again, there's an introduction, a simple dish that is easy to prepare to impress that special someone. You need. So this person wrote something different. Instead of saying ingredients, they wrote you need. Same thing. 500 grams chicken breast. Remember the number in the beginning. 100 grams mushroom. A dash of olive oil. That means just a little bit. 1 cup of thickened cream. 1 teaspoon garlic paste. 1 cup of white wine. 2 tablespoons Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper to taste. So salt and pepper to taste. That means just a little bit, not much. To taste means a little bit. And then I've got the step. Step 1. So maybe they can write preparation here. So preparation. So preparation, step 1. Cook the chicken breast lengthwise and season with salt and pepper. Add olive oil to a pan over a medium heat and then sear the chicken for 4 to 5 minutes per side until golden. Transfer to a plate. Step 2, step 3, step 4. And they've added a little note. If you want, you can substitute, that means exchange, the chicken for beef. And this is how filet mignon is made. Here's another recipe for, sorry, no, that's the last one. Okay, so your groups are that you're going to write this together. So we have Fernando and Andres. We have Solange and Conrado. We have Roxana, Roxana and Roxana and Andres. And maybe I'll put you in 3 groups. So Fernando, Mariana, Solange, Conrado, Roxana, Andres. Is that everybody's name? Who? Joanna? Okay, that's your team. With your friend? No. Who's missing? Joanna. No, not Joanna, no. Anyone missing? Solange. Okay, that's your team. I'll put Solange here because I know Fernando and Solange worked last time with each other. Okay, so sorry, I changed it. Who's missing now? Conrado. No? Fernando? Andres? Van? Yeah, he's doing a test. Okay, that's your team. Okay, so write a recipe and we'll check it in a moment. Okay, so let's have a look at the recipes that you guys wrote that we are all going to try before next week. Did anyone hear that? Okay, so let's have a look. Roxana was working with Andres and Solange. Did you work with Solange? So we have lasagna with chicken and beef. So I'm reading here. Lasagna with chicken and beef. Good. So it's a title. So I might want to put capital letters. So everyone needs to upload. I can only see there's only one. So lasagna with chicken and beef. So we're going to capitalize it because it's a title, the name of the recipe. So it is a traditional Colombian food where the flavor, I'm going to go for the British spelling, so Flavor, where the flavor of meats is mixed to give a delicious flavor. Yeah, using 2 times flavor doesn't look nice in a sentence. So you don't want to use the word 2 times in a sentence. It doesn't look nice. So it is not really nice to start a sentence that way. I might say this lasagna is a traditional Colombian dish where different meats are mixed to give a delicious flavor. Okay, nice. Ingredients. 2 kilos. So good. We've got a colon. We talked about a colon because we're going to give a list. This is a list of ingredients, what we need. It's a list, a list like this. So 2 kilos lasagna pasta. Yeah. It didn't copy. Yeah. But you have to have this colon. 1/2 kilogram chicken. Yep. So our ingredients need to be capitalized. 1/2 kilo beef. So again, I'm going to put capital. 1/4 kilograms cheese. 100 grams of butter. 200 grams of ketchup. And 200 grams of ham. How to do. We don't say how to do. You can say how to make it, how to do it, how to make it, how to make it. So again, colon, because we're going to give steps. 1, mix the chicken and meat and cook over low heat. Reserve. Yeah, you can't just put reserve. Then reserve on the side. So reserve on the side means leave it on the side. So then reserve on the side. 2, melt the butter and place the tomato sauce. Place it where? When you say place, like place it on the table, place it in the fridge. So not place, but add. So melt the butter and add the tomato sauce. Place everything in a pan. You can't just put a comma and add a pinch of salt and pepper, full stop, not a comma. So we already talked about why we use a comma and why we use a full stop. That is the end of the sentence, so we need a full stop. Start the sentence, leave it on the heat for about 5 minutes and turn it off. Yeah, leave it on the heat for about 5 minutes and turn the heat off. 3, assemble the lasagna by placing the first layer of chicken sauce, ham, then the pasta, then the meat, ham, and another layer of pasta. 4, sprinkle the grated cheese and take to the oven to brown. Yeah, and place, we say, and place in the oven. You have to say at what degrees. I'm just going to make this up, at 200 degrees Celsius to brown. But for how long? For an hour. Good. Thank you. So that's a very good recipe. If you want to make it, traditional lasagna from Colombia. Very different to Italian. So thank you for sharing that. Now, take note of the title, the introduction, the ingredients, and the preparation, how to do it. Okay, we've got at 200 degrees to brown. So the top of it, because it's got cheese, sprinkled with cheese, it will go a bit brown color. So to brown until the color changes to brown. Good. Okay, next one, introduction. It's not really nice to start a sentence with it. So try not to start with it. Say, this is a popular Latin American food which is renowned around the world as a decadent and filling main course. Really good. I don't have a title. What are we making? So who wrote this one? I think, did Mariana, and did you write this one? The Latin American food? What is it? What's the title of the ENPAEM? De EM empanada. Yes, empanada. Okay, so now we have a title. We have introduction, ingredients, 6 units of plantains. What's that? Plantains. Is it the platanos in Spanish? They're like large bananas. No? No. Is it same as banana? It's a type of banana, but it has a different flavor. Oh, I didn't know they make empanadas with this. Okay, so this is what plantains. Okay, that's a new ingredient for me. Okay, so 6 units of plantains, 150 grams of water, salt to taste, 500 grams of flour, 1 liter vegetable oil. Filling suggestions. Quesillo, which is shredded mozzarella, quesillo, or this cheese are great alternatives. Fried beans. Is this the how to make it or the ingredients? How much beans do we need? A can of beans, fried beans, or ground beef. So I need to know how much. Feel free to get creative. Preparation. Number 1, wash the plantains well and keep the skins on. Full stop. Then cut off the ends and score the sides. 2, boil the plantains until cooked, approximately 20 minutes. 3, once cool, peel and mash the plantains. Mix salt and flour. I might put then, mix salt and flour. 4 form bowls from the mixture. 5, put the desired filling on top of the tortilla, the plantains, right? And fold to close. 6, fry the empanadas in a pan with approximately 1.5 inch of oil. Fry until golden brown for approximately 2.5 minutes on each side. 7, enjoy. I like that. So how much meat did we need and fried beans? Yeah, how much? I'm just going to make it up, but you can fix it up later. 500 grams this and one can of fried beans. I don't know. So you have to fix that up. How much? Because I need to know exactly so I can make it. But very good. Thank you for sharing that empanada. So we still have one more team adding it. As you do that, let's continue on. So thank you for sharing your recipes. Very interesting. So that's instructions. And we looked at the grammar. We looked at punctuation, which was full stop, comma, and colon. And instructions. Good. This is a recipe. Very good. Okay, so let's continue with our book. We're on 5F. So we're looking at the World Food Quiz. I can see, is there a caption? Yes. It says crates of fruit and vegetables in a market in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So they're in boxes or crates. So I can see some carrots, bananas, potatoes. Oh, yes, plantains. Sweet potato, maybe apples. Very interesting. Yes, in Mexico. Okay, let's so what are some fruit and vegetables which are common in your country? Like just in Peru, which I know Peru, maybe potatoes or corn. What's very common fruit and vegetable? That's very, what is it? Potatoes. Yeah, which one? What's the name?
Papas.
P-A? P-A-P-A? Hmm. Interesting. Yes, so this one. This one? Papa's Creole? This one?
Latino.
N-A? This one? Yep. Oh, nice. I love the different colors, the rich purple inside, different color. Wow. This is beautiful. So these are a type of potatoes which are native to Peru. Very beautiful. How about Brazil? Brazil, what's a very traditional fruit or vegetable from your country? This one, white cacao. Is this very popular in Brazil? Well, not just popular, but it is no? Yes. Ah, not only white. Okay. Sugar cane. Um, sugar cane. Oh, okay. Sugar cane. Good. Sugar cane. Ah, but this one is this one. Is this is this yes.
South of Brazil.
Yeah. 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 This one, I think, who told me about this one? Yeah, cupuaço. Cupuaço. What do you eat it with? That's interesting. This is north of Brazil. So you didn't know, being from the south. Interesting. And what do you eat this with? Do you open it like this and just eat it like that, or?
And eat with açaí.
No. Açaído?
Açaí is like ice cream.
Ice what? Sorry, what is it?
In Portuguese is A.
Yeah.
S. A. I.
Oh, yes. Yes, this is is it this one? This one?
Yes, but we eat like ice cream.
Like an ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could
Very
try it.
famous in-
Wow. I wish I could try it.
Yeah, maybe.
Even a drink. I like that. And how do you pronounce it?
Açaí.
No, this one. Cupuaço. Cupuaço. Okay. How about Colombia? What fruit or vegetable? I think corn, or maybe more Peru corn. Who has corn? Maybe Mexico is corn? Peru, yeah, corn. Colombia? What's a popular fruit or vegetable very native to Colombia? What is it? L? L-U? Is it a fruit? Oh, nice. Is it sweet or sour? Very acidic? Lulu, a Colombian fruit. Oh, that would be so nice. Hot summer days. I would love to try this. Okay, so we've got lots of interesting Colombian Lulu fruit. I don't know who told me this one. Banana passion fruit. Who told me this one? Is this one Colombian or Brazilian?
No.
Cuba? The name of this one? Ah,
Very delicious with milk.
with milk. Yes.
Someone called the fire services alarm.
Not that I know of.
No.
There's a few more girls down that way. Yeah, that's okay. Sorry, how do I spell this in Spanish? What did you say the name? B A. Coruba. Yes, Coruba. Yeah, this is Coruba. Okay, so this is from Colombia. Banana passion fruit, Coruba, and this is Colombia. Okay, interesting. So we can see that there's fruit and vegetables which are native Native means like it's very, it comes to from your country. It's so in Australia, native, sorry, native Australian. I don't know what we have that's native. They're in the bush, you know, like berries. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is Australian, you know, native orange. I mean, you find them in the bush. But it's yeah, I never try. Not sure. That's but they're very good for you. So we call it bush tucker. Okay, so we can see how there's, yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's read the sentences, and in bold, what is the meaning of that word in the bold? So 1 to 6, we have to match it to A to F. So when you answer a question correctly, you win 1 point. What does point mean? A point is that's what, yeah, a point is a full stop, but not in this sentence. It's number B. It's a way of counting the score in a competition. So remember, every time we have a student, if it's Colombian or Brazilian, we have 1 point. So a point is a way of counting the score in a competition. So if there's a football game, you know, Argentina versus Brazil, how many points? There's 4 points to Brazil, 2 points to Argentina. So point. 1B. Corn is a type of cereal. What does cereal mean? E, a type of plant which produces grains such as wheat or rice. Cereal. Let's have a look at the image. Cereal. Cereal. This is cereal. So it's made from grain and wheat. Okay. 3, hold a flower by its stem. What does the stem mean? Hold a flower by its stem. A stem is the long, thin part of a plant. So this is the stem. This is a good image. So you got the flower, you got the stem, the leaf, and the roots. So the stem.
Tree.
Yeah, a stump. Yeah, it would be yeah, for a tree it would be trunk. Not this trunk. Not this trunk. Sorry, stump. Not Trump, stump. Stump. So now you're gonna think Trump because I confused it with, so this is a trump. Sorry, a stump for a tree. Yep, a tree stump. Yep. Okay, good. Pull up the plant and you can see the root. So the root, I just showed you in the image before, is the part of the plant under the ground. So the root under the ground, the part of the plant. So I'll show you that image again, the plant. So it's this part. You can see, this is roots. And this was stem. This is roots. The last Number 5, not the last one. In the autumn, the leaves on a tree turn brown and fall off. What does leaves mean? The green things on a tree or a plant. Yep, the leaves. We saw an image before as well. So this is the leaves. And the stem and the roots, the leaves. The last one, the final score in the match was 2-1. What does final score mean? The number of points at the end of a game. Yep. Okay, let's watch a video. We're going to do a video quiz this time with questions about different pictures on the screen. Before we watch, let's read the questions. So number 1, what are 3 types of food you make from wheat? So let's just look what wheat is again. So what are 3 foods you can make with wheat? Bread, maybe rice. You can make cereal. Yeah, but we're going to listen to the video. But that's what wheat is. Which country has the most types of potato? I think I know the answer already. Do you eat the stem, the leaf, or the root of the asparagus or celery plant? So this is asparagus. One of my favorite. I love this one. Asparagus and celery. Celery is this one. Celery. You put it in salad or stir fry. Celery. Celery. Okay, next question. Do you eat the stem, the leaf, or the root of the lettuce or cabbage? This is lettuce. We know lettuce in salad. Lettuce. Cabbage. Cabbage. I love this one. Cabbage. Do you eat the stem, the leaf, or the root of the turnip or carrot? Turnip. 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 And carrot, we know. Carrot. Carrots. What are red and purple trees of fruit on the screen? What are the last 2 fruits you see on the screen? What type of plant on the screen makes our food taste hot and spicy? What type of drink can you make from the bean at the end? Okay, so let's watch the video and try and answer these questions.
So, welcome to the World Food Quiz. There are 9 questions and 13 points in total, so let's go out. Ready? Question 1. 2 most popular cereals in the world are wheat and rice. What are 3 types of food you can make from wheat? They are on the screen now. Write them down the 3 points. Question 2. There are around 4,000 types of potatoes. Which country has the most types? With A, China, B, Peru, or C, Italy? For questions 3, 4, and 5, do you eat the stem, the leaf, or the roots of asparagus or celery, lettuce or cabbage, turnip or carrots? Question 6. For 2 points, what are these 2 examples of fruit? And the seventh question is about other types of fruits, like strawberries and grapes, pineapple and bananas, and pears and apples. And what's these two fruits? Write them down. Other types of plants are an important part of the human diet in different parts of the world. For example, beans, seaweed, and mushrooms. For question 8, what type of plant on the screen makes our food hot? And finally, question 9, what type of drink can you make from this type of bean?
Okay, don't worry if that was a little bit too fast. We will watch it again. And don't forget, fill in the answers and see your final score, what you got. So the first one, it's 3 points. The second one was 1 point, 1 point. Okay, so let's watch it again. I think with the answers.
Okay, so here are the answers to the World Food Quiz. Starting with question 1 for 3 points. The answers were flour, bread, and pasta. Did you get 3 out of 3? Question 2. And I said there are around 4,000 types of potatoes in the world, but most of them are from one country. The answer is B, Peru. Give yourself a point. For question 3, 4, and 5, with asparagus and celery, you eat the stem. With lettuce and cabbage, you eat the leaf. With a turnip and a carrot, you eat the roots. In question 6, the answers are tomato and aubergine in British English or eggplant in American English. Both are correct. Question 7 was about sweet fruits like strawberries and grapes, pineapple and bananas, and pears and apples. But the last 2 fruits were an orange and a lemon. Give yourself 2 points if you wrote them down. And now on to the 2 final questions about other types of food from different parts of the world. Question 8 asks, which type of plant on the screen makes our food hot? The answer was pepper. And an easy one to finish in question 9. The answer was coffee, of course.
Okay, so don't worry if that went very fast. We'll go through it. So what are 3 types of food you make from wheat? Right? Bread, flour, pasta. Yep. Which country has the most types of potato? Peru. Do you eat the stem, the leaf, or the root of asparagus and celery? It doesn't have, you eat the stem. So make sure the stem. Do you eat the stem, leaf, or root of lettuce and cabbage? The leaf. Do you eat the stem, leaf, or root of turnip and carrots? The root. Because they're fruits that are grown under the ground. What are the red and purple type of fruits on your screen? We saw tomatoes, that was a red one, and eggplant. So it's more common to say eggplant in Australia. Even though it's the American English, we say eggplant. So this is aubergine, British English. But funnily, in Australia, we actually use the American English. We say eggplant. It's more common to say eggplant. Yeah. So that's purple. That was the purple. The purple fruit. What are the last 2 fruits you saw on your screen? oranges or orange and lemon. What type of plant on the screen makes your food taste hot and spicy? Chilies or peppers, yeah, same, chili or peppers. What type of drink can you make at the end? Coffee, yes. So I don't think, I'll quickly write the answers down here. So we had question 5. So if you missed them, flour, bread, pasta. Then we had Peru, stem, leaf, root, tomatoes, eggplant, orange, lemon, chilies, coffee. Okay, let's go to number 6. Number 6. So let's complete these sentences with the words. So we've got cereal, eggplant, leaves, seaweed, stem, and wheat. So number 1, Roxana, you can read and then put the answer. What do you think the answer is? So read the full sentence. Yeah, which are the type of cereal. Yeah. So number 1, cereal. Yep, so number 1, cereal. Okay, Conrado, number 2. You have to try to read it. Try to read. The British use the French word aubergine, but it's called an. Do you remember the purple fruit? An eggplant. Yes, so eggplant is number 2. Eggplant. Remember the purple fruit? Yeah, this one. Eggplant. Yeah, eggplant. So the British call it aubergine, but in the USA and Australia, we call it eggplant. Number 3, Fernando. Yeah. Yeah, but the leaves are also very good for you. 4, odulon. Stem. Yes. So stem. A tomato plant has a tall stem with lots of fruits and flowers. 5, Andes. Number 5. Do you want to try to read? Flower. Flower. You can repeat if you want. Flour
No.
is made from wheat. Yep. With lots, sorry, and you make bread with it. Yeah. So number 5, wheat. Wheat. 6, Mariana. Yeah. Seaweed is traditional in countries by the sea like Japan and Korea. Yep. We know what seaweed. I'll quickly show you seaweed. Seaweed. Like, do you like what's it called? Sushi? Yeah. I don't mind. The smell is okay, but I don't like the taste. So this is seaweed. They make sushi from it. Seaweed. Seaweed. So you make sushi from it. This one, sushi. Sushi. Okay, let's do number 7 together. So it's asking us, do we eat the stem, the leaf, or the root of what plant, what fruit or vegetable? So let's pick another fruit or vegetable which is not on this, that we haven't talked about. Maybe let's pick, what fruit do you want to give to me or vegetable? Maybe broccoli. Do we eat the fruit? Sorry, do we eat the stem, the leaf, or the root of broccoli? What do you reckon? Yeah, leaf and stem. Yeah. So leaf and stem. We can eat both. Yeah. So okay, Odilon, pick a fruit. Okay, do we eat the leaf, fruit, or stem of apples? I I think no, we have to pick a plant. Sorry, not a fruit. You have to pick a vegetable. Yes.
Lettuce.
What is it?
Lettuce.
Lettuce. We did that one in our video. You have to pick something different.
Okay.
Sorry?
Okay.
Potato? Yeah, is this leaf, stem, or root? Yeah, because it's grown underground, same like carrot. So the potato is root. Yeah. So remember, let me add an image. Maybe that will make it more easy. So plant, leaf, stem, root. So let me find a nice image. Fruit, leaf, stem, root. This is a very nice image. So we're talking about plants or vegetables. So I'll copy. Okay, so we can keep this image here. So the potato, we eat the root. The broccoli was stem and flower. Okay, Fernando, give me a vegetable. Oh, I'll give you another one. Do we eat the leaf, root, or stem of capsicum or peppers? But we say capsicums in Australia. So what is that? Is that the fruit? Sorry, is it the leaf? Is it the stem or the root? Hmm. The fruit. I think because this is a fruit. Yes. Or is it a vegetable? Because we need to pick vegetables. Yeah, it's from the flower. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, so it's a fruit. Okay, so we need a vegetable. So let me pick another one. What is it? How do I spell it? Is it in English? Yeah. Pod. Pod. Let me have a look here. Pod. Vegetable. Pod. Oh, peas. Peas. Is it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we say peas. Yeah. No, that's different. Green beans is different to peas. Yeah, this is peas. Yeah, there's a saying in English, 2 peas in a pod. What does it mean? 2 peas in a pod. It means when two people like this, they're like the same. So if you two friends, they're like exactly the same, you can say you guys are like 2 peas in a pod. See? 2 peas in a pod. 2 peas in a pod. Like they're like best friends forever. They're the same, you know? They do everything together. They like everything the same. So if two people, that's funny. 2 peas in a pod. So yeah, we don't say pod, we say peas. That's why I didn't know which. So peas, that's a good one. Let's talk about peas. Do we eat the root, the stem, or the leaves of peas? Is it a fruit? Yeah, no, we need vegetables. So we need vegetables like this one. Artichoke. Is that the stem? The root? Or the leaf? The leaf. I think that's the leaf. Asparagus, we did that in our video. We know that asparagus, we eat the stem. The stem. Beans, so this is what you were talking about. Beans is different to peas, which Fernando said peas and Ojalon said beans. Beetroot. That's a good one. Do we eat the stem, the leaf? See you tomorrow at the excursion. Are you not coming? Oh, okay. No worries. Bye. So this one, beetroot. Broccoli. Brussels sprouts. Cabbages. We did that in our capsicum. Carrots. Cauliflower. That's an interesting one. Cauliflower. I think it has the... What is it? How do you spell it? Like this? Cauliflower? Yeah. Okay. What drink can we make from a fruit? I guess anything. You can make orange juice. So I'm looking at number grape juice. So what type of drink can you make from grapes? Grape juice. From oranges, orange juice. From an interesting drink is this one. Have you tried this one? This is Australian, Ribena. Have you tried this drink? Okay, so I want you for homework to try this. You can buy it from the supermarket. Coles, Foodland, doesn't matter. It's called Ribena. It's made from black currants. Ribena. You must try this. I think it's an Australian drink. Okay, Ribena. So Ribena is made from black currant. Yeah, black currant. Yeah, it's made from this one, black currant. From this one, black currants. They're, yeah, little fruits. Yeah, black currants. Cherry. You can make cherry juice or lemon juice. Cherry juice, lemon juice. So what type of drinks? We can make lots of drinks from apple juice, yeah. And some people now drink vegetable juice, like celery and ginger. They add so many good stuff. A very popular one, they add spinach. Yes, I was thinking spinach. They can add this now to a juice. They can make a drink from it, spinach. Can you say 3 fruits of one color? So let's pick the color orange. Mandarin. What's another orange color? You have to pick one color and then say 3 different. Yeah. Or we can go green. Pears, apples, and what's green? Broccoli. Well, 3 fruits or vegetables. But if we want to keep it just fruits, grapes. Grapes, apples, and what else did we say? And pear, yeah. Which country or part of the world is famous for? So, and we know potato, yeah. How about, let's go Africa. What do you think Africa? Fruit, native. So native, this word means it's for that country. So I typed, you know, African native fruit. They do a lot of pineapple, papaya, what's this one? Yeah, papaya. Papaya. I E. I don't know.
No.
Paper? No.
No.
PA?
A, I, A.
Papaya. Yeah, this one. So PAP. PAPA. Yeah. I forget how to spell this one. Papaya. So that's from Africa. Yeah, Africa. Yeah. What other fruits? Let's go to the Middle East. I think Saudi Arabia has native fruits. Yeah, this one is nice. Pomegranate. I don't know which country, but Middle East. It's a very common Middle East. It's native to the Middle East. Figs. Figs. Yeah. So we've got figs. Pomegranate. Yeah, that's Middle East. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. This looks so nice. Okay, so that was some answers for number 7. Let's get into the unit review. Sorry, I shouldn't have closed that. Let me open it again. I closed the thing that I needed. It's not saved. Okay, let's get into our unit review. But before I do that, I think we've got one more recipe. No, I don't think the last team hasn't added it. I'll refresh the page. No. Okay, so we won't. I'll just refresh. So we did before some writing about recipes. We had the lasagna from Colombia, the empanadas, and did the last group add it? No. Okay, so we don't have the last one added, but let's look at the unit review for number 5 because we're finished. And tomorrow we have an excursion, but when we come on Friday, we still have a test. So let's look at the review. And we'll do it together. So I'll save this one. Save. And I'll open a new one. Okay, Unit 5 review. Okay, so let's have a look. Grammar. We looked at nouns. You remember earlier in the unit, and we're talking about a few lessons ago, countable and uncountable. Do you remember these words? I know that they're countable and uncountable. What do they mean? How do you know which one? The best way to tell is because the countable, we can count them. That's the easiest way, countable. So it means we have like apple. We can say 1 apple. We can say 2 apples. We can say 3 apples. So we can see that there's an S added to that countable. See how it's got the ES or S, doesn't matter. Oranges, 5 oranges, 6 pears, whatever. So that's what countable is. Now let's find them in our image. And uncountable, just quickly before, uncountable, we cannot count them. So we have to say words like, if it's bread, I have to say 1 loaf of bread or 2 loaves of bread, or 3 loaves of bread, whatever, or rice. If I said rice, it would have to be a bag of rice or 2 bags of rice. So for the uncountable nouns, I must put words in front of it like this: 1 loaf of, 1 bag of, you know, whatever. So remember, we looked at that. So countable, the difference between countable and uncountable. So let's look at our example. Our number 1 question. Which one is countable? Egg, right? Because we could say 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 4 eggs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. What about rice? Uncountable, because we don't say 1 rice, 2 rices. No, we say 1 rice, and then we say 1 or 2 bags of rice. Bye, Solange. I see you Friday, yes. Because I know tomorrow you cannot come, but see you Friday. Lemon, is that countable or not? It's countable because I can say 1 lemon. There's 3 lemons here. So let's 3 lemons. And you can see that there's an S, 3 lemons. How many eggs did we have? 5 eggs. That's countable. Orange, but it's not the fruit, it's in a glass. So this is uncountable because it's a glass. It's a glass of orange. If you're ordering, I would like 2 glasses of oranges. We would like 5 glasses of oranges, please. It's uncountable. We don't say 5 oranges. We're not talking about the fruit. We're talking about the glass of. So remember, it's got something like that in front of it. A glass of, a bag of, a slice of, a whatever. That's uncountable. So the rice, what did we have? We had a bowl of rice. A bowl of rice. 5, capsicum. Is that countable or uncountable? It's countable because we've got 2 capsicums here. So 2 capsicums. Cheese. We have 1, but is it countable or uncountable? It's uncountable because it's like 200 grams of cheese. I don't know how much. 200 grams of cheese. We don't say 2 cheeses. I would like 5 cheeses, thanks. No, we say I would like 500 grams of cheese. I would like 300 grams of pecorino. You can even say the name of the cheese. Good. So do we remember that? Countable and uncountable. You must know the difference. It's very easy to know the countable because there's an S. Eggs, lemons, capsicums. But here we don't see an S. Rice, orange, cheese. So countable and uncountable. If it's juice, it's uncountable. Exactly. I would like 5 juices of lemon. No, of orange. No, you'd say we would like 2 bottles of juice. Remember? Or glasses or bottles. So it's uncountable. But the fruit itself is countable. 5 oranges. Good. Okay. Let's do number 2. So write the 6 words from exercise 1 in a table. So remember now we want to know which one do we use for how much or how many. This is a question. So I want to buy. I want to say how much or how many. Which one do I say? So for the let's go look at the rules. I forgot. I know it without thinking. Sorry?
My bus.
Oh, your bus. You must leave. Yes. So this is when we have how much and how many. So remember, it's I'm just going to copy that here. So how do we know? How much was with uncountable? See you tomorrow at Central Market. You can bring your wife or anyone, your daughter. Yes, yeah, and your daughter if you want, anyone. Yeah, you can bring. And what's that? Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, how much and how many? So how much? How many? So let me make the rules easy so you can see them. So we say, how much uncountable nouns do you need? So how much rice do you need? Yeah, how much rice do you need? But you say, how many apples do you need? Or you can also say how many for the uncountable as well. How many grams of butter do you need? So you can use this one with the uncountable. So Roxana, if I say flour, do I say how many or how much for flour? How much? How would I put it in a sentence? Yes. So you want to buy some flour. Sorry, you don't want to buy, you're the store person. You want to ask your customer, how much flour do you need? But you can also use it here in the how many. How would I put that in a sentence with flour? How many kilos of flour do you need? Kilos? How many kilos of flour do you need? Yeah. Do you need? Yeah. How about for apple? Alexandria. Do I say how much or how many for apples? Yeah, because it's countable. So how many apples do you need? Because this is for uncountable, this is uncountable. We know apples is countable because we can say 1 apple, 2 apple, 3 apple, 4 apples. It is countable. How many apples do you need? Conrado, what about banana? Do I say how many or how much? How many? How many bananas do you need? Yeah. Andres, what about for lemon? Do I say how many or how much for lemon? Yeah, how many lemons do you want? Do you need? Yeah. Okay, good. So we know when to say how much and how many. Number 3, match these 1 to 6 to A to F. So if I said we need, what would be the correct sentence here? We need So we need some chicken. 1 to C. Yeah, we need some chicken. Yeah. What about number 2, Conrado? Are there any? Any is used with plural. Yeah. Yes, onions. Yes. So we have 1C and 2E. Sorry, 2D. Are there any onions? Because any is used with plural. You can't say, are there any book? Are there any books? Can't say, are there any apple? Are there any apples? So make sure the word any plus plural. It must be an S with the noun. Okay, number 3, Andres. Please buy 2. B, yeah, please buy 2 kilos of, yeah, please buy 2 kilos, 3B. 4, Alexandria, chop and number 4. Yeah, choose 1 to F. Chop and, so N is only 1. So what would you say? Chop and, yeah, chop an onion. So 4E. And 5, Roxana, I'd like a banana, please. 5A. And Conrado, 6.
Now, lemon.
Yes, now lemon. So do we need a? A means only 1. It's singular. Do we need a lemon? We can see lemon has no S. So 6F. Good. We've got a few more minutes. Let's do number 4 and then we'll finish here. So choose the correct option to complete the conversation. In 2 items, both words are correct. So A and B. A is Conrado and B is Roxana. Do you want an apple? Much. I don't eat much fruit.
Why not? Food is good for you.
A lot of.
What?
Yeah, a lot of. Let's look at our rules. Why? We have it in the unit 5. So let's go back. I know, but I prefer other food. I eat a lot of pasta and pizza. So again, a lot of pasta and pizza. Do you eat? Yeah, a lot of Italian food. So 3 times a lot of.
Yeah, very good. Eat for you.
Yep. Are there many? Your town?
No. No.
Not many. Yeah, no, not many. So number 6, no, not many. Okay, so I know that one is a little bit difficult, but we'll practice it on Friday before our test. So we can use countable and uncountable nouns, yeah? So we can tick that. We can use a or an. Remember, that's for singular. It's an apple, it's a banana, it's an orange. Only one. It's a book, it's a bottle of water, because only one. It's a pen. Some means many. So I have some books. I have some pens. If I have many. Some, we use it with many, like it means many. Some apples. I have some apples in my bag. Any is used with plural. Do you have any books? Do you have any pens? Do you have any pencils? Do you have any it's used with plural, countable, but then it's also used with uncountable. You know, do you have any money? Do you have any time? Do you have any, that's uncountable. Do you have any bread? So I don't say, do you have any breads? No, do you have any bread? Because it's used with both countable. Sorry, so any is used with both countable and countable plurals. Because we can't just say, do you have any apple? No, do you have any apples? So it's used with both countable plurals and uncountable. Do you have any bread? Do you have any cheese at home? A lot of just means many. I have a lot of apples. I have a lot of, yeah. And much and many, this is where it got a little bit hard. If it's a question, we know the rules because we looked at it here. But if it was in the conversation, no thanks, I don't eat much fruit. So we use much with uncountable. And many, I don't have many apples. Many, so with countable plural. For example, many, where did we have many here? I don't think we had, yeah, we do have many. Number 5 is many. So what's number 5? Yes, I do. It's delicious. Are there many Italian restaurants? So we can see countable plural. Okay. You sound like your head is hurting. Countable plurals. It's confusing. Okay, so we'll leave it there and continue this on the next lesson when we will look at a little bit more review before the test. So I'll finish here.